Hey everyone, Patty here. I'm a full-time reseller. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that have happened to me recently as a reseller, and then I'm going to get into my sold listings. But I want to start off by, first, I do want to apologize. I haven't been uploading or watching too many videos lately because I haven't been feeling well, so I ended up getting sick. So this is why I have this late upload. Again, also I do have a different necklace on. So this part of the video is recorded today. When you see me with the brown necklace, that was probably recorded about a week or two ago. So just to make you aware of that. But I did want to add some stuff into this video for you guys. And I thank you and I appreciate all of you for continuing to watch my videos, to continuing to support me, and to subscribe, So I want to share with you a little bit about how my day started, not how it was planned. So I buy some of the Goodwill boxes, the jewelry boxes, and in them, there's broken pieces. Sometimes you'll find costume jewelry. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you will find something amazing, something good, something marked. And I found this beautiful, and I was going to wear it today, this beautiful Bakelite necklace. It was tested. You see the beautiful colors in here. I don't know how good this is showing up for you guys. They're graduated, beautiful swirls. It looks like an amber. I don't know though, but a pretty butterscotch color. Gorgeous Bakelite. I did test this necklace. I was going to test it online, but I didn't. I used the hot water test, and that's when you run it under hot water, and if it smells like formaldehyde. This smelled very strongly of formaldehyde, and it's a beautiful necklace. But anyway, it has this video does this. It does not do this necklace justice. It's so pretty, but got an itchy nose. I wonder who I'm going to get into a fight with. My mom used to say that, but not to get off track. I'm sorry. But anyway, so I did do the hot water test for Bakelite, and one of the ways that you could test for Bakelite is if it smells like formaldehyde by running it under hot water. I did this. Doesn't damage the jewelry, and it smelled very strongly of it. It smelled very strongly. I did do the baking soda test also, but I did a very, very small area. You can't even see it. You have to be careful with baking soda because it is kind of abrasive, and, well, it is abrasive, but it did test positive. The Q-tip turned yellow right away when I used the baking soda. And I did, if you are testing Bakelite, you want to make sure that you clean the jewelry off before you do a test. And then when I tested the other areas with water, there was no signs of yellow. But as soon as I did the baking soda, the yellow did show on it. So it is Bakelite. But this is what happened this morning. I'm trying to cut this. I tend to go on and on about things, but this is what happened this morning. I went to put this beautiful necklace on, string it around my neck so I could wear it for the video, and this had a little white screwy thing that you just screw this part on and the necklace is enclosed. It popped out onto my white vinyl bathroom floor. I can hardly see anyway. I'm up there sweeping whatever dust is under the I have like a clawfoot tub up there, sweeping the dust out of under there. It could have landed in my tub because I was standing up when I did it, and it may have went down the drain. I don't know. Hard to see. Had my glasses on, couldn't find it, but I didn't look everywhere. But this is an easy fix. So I am going to disclose that in the listing if I don't find it. If I find it, I'm going to see if I could get that glued in there. But it's a beautiful necklace, and this was found in one of those boxes. I think I paid a total amount of $68 for it, and that includes the shipping and handling. But you never know what you're going to find. I just like the thrill of the hunt, I think. But I find some pretty decent stuff sometimes. But that's how my day started. I planned on coming on here and showing it to you all nice, but apparently that didn't happen. So that's how my day started off. As a reseller, we encounter things that you never know. One of the things that happened to me recently, just the other day actually, and I'm not going to mention any customers' names. And everything could have been as the customer said. I do want to make you aware of that. However, this is what got me a little bit bummed out about it and made me, you know what? This doesn't sound, whatever. But sold an item out of the country, and it was about a $10 profit. Ready right away because I wanted to get, my mail lady comes early in the morning, so I got it ready, shipped it out. A few hours later, I got an email from the person stating they wanted to cancel the listing. I said, I'm sorry, I can't. I had already shipped the item. I then receive something from eBay that they wanted to return the item. I never, ever, ever deny refunds. I refund everybody if they want a refund. I have no problem at all with refunds. It's part of the business. However, this one was, as soon as I shipped it, they sent it. Like a few hours later, I got the email. And I'm thinking, you know what? Whatever. So when I got the email from eBay, I declined the return. That was that. I thought, oh, here we go. I'm going to get a negative feedback. I knew that was going to come. I ended up getting another message from the buyer. My son pushed the button, ordered the wrong item, which very well could have been true. I did not respond because I'd already responded and declined in the message from eBay that I had, and they had to receive this, okay? So I got that message afterwards. I didn't respond back, and something told me I was going to get another message from them or two, and I did. I had gotten another one that they sent me a picture of my item, and it was all nicely still out of the package, all nicely still wrapped, again stating the wrong, something about the purchase. They sent me a picture and then something about the purchase. I then got another message stating that I guess they might have gotten the thing from eBay that I declined it. At this time, I'm not sure, the timeline on these messages, but I then got, this item is junk. Well, blah, blah, blah. Well, no. So then I got another message stating that this is not the same product I ordered. It was the same exact thing was what I sent them, okay? There was no issues at all. I thought at this point, I am going to block them, okay? Because I had a feeling that there was going to be an issue with it. As soon as I got the first email, I had a feeling that this is going to be an issue with this buyer. And it could have very well happened like this. However, sometimes you get feelings about things because right away, the first thing he told me in the email was they wanted to cancel the listing. There was no other stories to it. I then get another message stating that I knew a negative was coming, so I was waiting for this. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go. I'm going to have to contact eBay. Well, I got a message from them stating I left you a negative. That's all I needed because I knew that's like kind of a kind of a, it may be manipulation, it may not. And I thought, get a feedback, except it didn't show up on my timeline, which I'm thankful, because I think eBay knew that there was an issue here, but because they sent me 3 different messages, about this item, and there was nothing. I sent it out right away. There was no issues. I just declined the return. They said in their feedback that I never responded to any emails, which I did. I responded to the one from eBay. I responded and I declined the request, because then I started to receive other messages and I knew there was going to be an issue. So I thought, I'm not even going to get into it with the customer. As a reseller, that's one of the issues I dealt with. Another thing I dealt with was I had sold, and it wasn't a bad dealing, but it was kind of like the person was a collector of puzzles, and I sold 2 puzzles. The person that bought the puzzles, they made me aware that they were a collector of puzzles, and they wanted me to, they told me in two, maybe 3 emails that they have had issues before with packaging and puzzles being damaged, and they had to return puzzles. And I thought, oh, here we go. I'm going to get some kind of a issue with this. But anyway, there was an issue with it, but it wasn't that big of an issue. But it's something that customers need to be aware of. So the first email she sent me, and I'm cutting this down, but the first email she sent me was, I'm a collector. Can you please package this good? Send me some more pictures. I'm a collector. I want to make sure that there's, everything looked the way it's going to look when she gets them. So I sent her some more pictures of the puzzles, and she decided to buy them. Both shipping was $27.95. I charged $14.50 or $14.25 per puzzle to ship. I didn't know where it was shipping to in the country, and that kind of works out good for me, dependent on the puzzle, how big it is, and the box and the packaging that I have to use. So she ordered the puzzles, and in her message, she ordered both of them, and I was thankful. And she had said, can you please refund the excess shipping? And I said, of course I will. So the very next morning, I had got everything packed up, and I looked at where she lived at, and she lived all the way across the country, and I lived all the way across the country on this. I lived on the east, she lived on the west. And $27 and some cents. I refund her I think I refunded her like $1.15. Next thing you know, I get an email back saying that I did not do the shipping right, and did I go to the post office? Blah, blah. My message to her was, and I was nice, but I was tact. I said, I know how to ship puzzles, and I did. I shipped it in a decent sized box, because these were wider puzzles, and I did put a lot of packaging, a lot of bubble wrap around there, because I knew she was a collector and I didn't want damage. And puzzles can't get damaged. If you're just putting them in a box, they're going to get dinged around, and you do have to do some good packaging. So I made sure I did this to her like I do everybody. I said, though I did assure her, I said, you can go to, I said, please be aware. I knew she was a customer, and sometimes that did seem like a lot for 2 puzzles to ship from the East Coast to the West Coast, okay? I live in Pennsylvania. She was in Washington or California somewhere. It did come to $27. But like I said, I used a nice sturdy box, wasn't overly big, fit the puzzles, and I packaged it with some bubble wrap, and I did it nice and secure, but the box was solid because I knew she was a collector. But customers have to be aware of where the distance, this matters. From if I was shipping a puzzle to somewhere closer to me, that amount is going to be a lot cheaper. So I did advise her she can go to USPS, put in the weight dimensions of the weight and dimensions that I got, and she can also put in our area codes and see that I was in fact not ripping her off in any way. I hope she was happy with the item. I didn't get any feedback left, but I was a little bit tacked that, She did get her packages in good condition, and she probably didn't get them in that condition because they were probably, you know, wrapped a certain way, because she said she's had damaged stuff before and had to ship stuff back. Check out some of these sold listings, and I hope you're all doing great. Vintage Dinosaur. You could check out, remember what I paid for it. So also had issues with it. It had a hole in the seam. I did disclose that in the description. It also had some issues around the eyes, which I also disclosed in the description. It did sell for me for $49.99. Probably paid $1 or $2 for it. Bracelet. I did have to research the beads before listing this, and this was such a pretty vintage bracelet. I knew it would sell. That sold for $22.99. Single beads can sell for some really good money. So you want to pay attention to some of the things that you're throwing away if you're into selling jewelry and stuff like that. And bread maker. This sold for $54.99. Customer was very happy with it. Theirs broke a few years ago, and this was the exact model that they had, and they're very happy with their purchase. So this Holland mold, this sold for $29.99, and I got it for free in a whole nativity. I got a whole nativity set for free, and I'm still selling those Holland molds. The vintage Dakin. This also, I did remember paying $1 for this at an auction. I have 2 of them. This one sold for $11.99. That one still had the tags on it. That one was from 1982. This Capricorn pendant. This was a vintage pendant. I literally paid pennies on the dollar, maybe 10 cents, 5 cents. It was purchased in a big lot of costume jewelry, and this one sold for $7.99. These vintage Monet earrings, these ones were also pennies on the dollar. These sold for $14.99. These vintage napkin rings, these were Christmas napkin rings. These sold for $7.99, and these I got for free. So I took a best offer of $12 on that. I just like to get rid of my puzzles. They do take up a lot of space, but they have been selling for me consistently. I usually pay between 50 cents and $1 for puzzles. I had it listed at $19.99. This sheep plush, I knew this would sell for me eventually. This one was an LL Bean. This one sold for $29.99. That one I picked it up not only because of the brand, which was LL Bean, but because it was a sheep, and I haven't gotten too many sheep plush. I love selling plush. Hallmark ornament. This sold for $10.99. I paid $1. This vintage faceted bead necklace. This had a freshwater pearl to it. This sold for $17.99. Pennies on the dollar. I paid for that. This faux pearl choker. This sold for $9.99. Again, pennies on the dollar. This vintage Lesney hot rod. This sold for $24.99. If you ever see Lesney, I do recommend picking them up. These thermals, I sold 2 of them. They sold for $25.98, and I paid $2 a piece for them. These were a really large size. They were a size 7, XXXXX, something like that. But I do also recommend picking up those odd sizes, extra small, extra large. People do need them things, and I pick them up when I see them. Harder to sell, longer wait, but worth picking up. Val Mode Peignoir set. This one did have little pinholes in it. I did disclose that in a description. This was an extra small, which would have been a longer wait, but it did sell for $27.99 as is found. Money, and I will talk to you later. Take care, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.